Welcome back to the channel. We have a lot of key data today, and trust me, it is bound to be explosive. Now, June 12, Wednesday, if you look at what we have on the calendar, we have the GDP for pounds, we have the CPI for the USD, and then we have the FOMC for the USD, and then we have the Bank of Canada's Governor Maclean is going to be giving a speech for CAD. But if you look at what we have today, the highlight is going to be for the USD. So ensure that you are prepared. We always say the first thing every trader needs to do is to check the calendar to be aware of when we're going to have high impact news that would cause that volatility in the market and cause whipsaws, spread increments, slippage, and so on. So we need to understand these key things, and that's why we are talking about the calendar for today before we even look at the charts, right? So you're welcome again. It's a pleasure having you here. If you are not in any position, do not sweat it. I would rather say today will be a good time for you not to place new positions going into this high impact news. Well, at the end of the day, it depends on your style of trading as well. But that's just my own little advice. First of all, let's take a quick look at the DXY, the USD, because that is the focus for today. Apart from the DXY, we'll also be looking at like the EURUSD, the pounds USD, gold, and maybe also Bitcoin as well, because those are the instruments that we normally focus on. But then don't forget, today's video is majorly based on the high impact news that we have coming out today, the CPI, the FOMC, and the rest of them. Now, quickly on this USD index, the DXY on the hourly time frame, we talked about this in the previous video yesterday. You can go back and watch it where we're looking at this flag pattern here, and then look at what happened. It broke out and then pushed back to this area here, which happens to be the highest here of resistance. So we now had a double top over here. And you can see it got rejected, and it looks like, I don't know, the gap traders are obviously, biting their nails at the moment because some of them must have been fading their positions because the gap is yet to close. But then don't forget, we have high impact news coming out soon. So we're going to have some massive movements either to the downside or to the upside. This area has already reacted, so it might go back there for another bounce or a breakout. I really don't know. But what I can tell you is that the volatility is going to shake the market. And prior to the timing of the news, you don't have any directional bias, please stay away, right? So for this DXY, based on the reaction here, I'm looking out for two plays. I'm looking out for price based on the news, smashing through this resistance to the upside, or pushing high, falling lower to close the gap. Either way, we're going to be looking for, possible entries on the EURUSD, GBPUSD, gold, and maybe even the Bitcoin based on USD for today. But let's quickly dive into the EURUSD. Sorry, it seems I'm a bit hungry, right? So based on this EURUSD, if you have a look at it, yesterday we talked about the gap as well on the EURUSD. You can see the writings that we had over here, that this is the month's low, and we're able to get a sell position over here, and then we're presently at break even, and the price has gotten to the support here and seems to be, sitting on it at the moment. As it's sitting on it, it might push higher. I don't know. All I know is that I have protected myself and I've moved my stop loss just below my sell position, so it's in break-even plus. The gap is yet to close. That is another thing. High volatility today, that is a major thing. So the market could bounce here, push higher, or it could break to the downside. If it breaks to the downside, it will be a good one for me because I'm already in a sell, and I'll probably look for how to add to my sell position, right? So this is EURUSD. This is what I'm looking at here, a bounce from where it is here or a breakout. And if you should bounce, this should be the first area to look out for, and then maybe even the gap because it might want to close the gap. I am still a bit here and there strictly because of all the news that we have coming out today. the market is going to be, I want to believe it is going to be, and not that it might be volatile. I want to believe that it is going to be volatile. And that's why I'm saying that the best thing for us to do is to be on the sideline. Let's look at the GBPUSD. This is the GBPUSD over here, right? And then looking at it, you notice that price has been, acting over here as a form of resistance. Why? Because if you look to the left-hand side, this is a form of what? This is a form of support. So where it is here, GBPUSD, if the price should go down based on the dollar, meaning that the dollar should go up. If the price should go down here, the EURUSD should go down from where we looked at it as well. And then you could look for a position here. But before you look for a position here to sell, make sure you have your trigger. The trigger could be in the likes of the bearish pin bar or bearish hammer. They're the same thing. It could be the bearish engulfing. It could be a doji or whatever. But look for your own trigger to jump in here on sell because it is presently at the area of resistance. Or it could break out and then use this as a launching pad to push higher. Either way, I always say when it comes to chess, like as you're a chess player, you always need to look at what your opponent is going to do. As a matter of fact, you need to look at your next 5 moves and then also the opponent's possible next 5 moves if you want to try to checkmate your opponent. So in this case of trading, you are a buyer, you need to look at what the sellers might want to do. If you are a seller, you need to look at what the buyers might also want to do. And that's why I'm showing you the areas of buying and then also the areas of selling so that you could know which one you want to do, whether you're a trend trader or a counter trend trader. So this is the GBPUSD. So let's quickly look at gold. Yes, let's look at gold as well. And we were able to get an entry on gold, right? We got an entry on gold to buy over here, and the price is presently here, and it is reacting to this area of resistance. Look to the left-hand side, we have this as support, and we have some little reaction here. So now price is here at the area of selling. If you are looking forward to being a seller, you can jump in here. Don't forget your trigger, your candlestick or whatever trigger that you use for entry is key, and that's what you should be looking out for over here. So I already got an entry here to buy. I'm presently at break even as well. I would obviously like to see this market push higher, use this as a launching pad to push higher, and maybe I could take my final take profit here. That's what I'm looking out for. But at the same time, if the price should go down, knock my stop loss over here and then drop further down, I could easily be looking forward to a buying position. But as I said earlier, simply because of the high impact news, the CPI, if you don't know the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, you might need to check previous month for the DXY or previous month for the EURUSD or anything that has to do with the USD. When the CPI came out for the USD, and then try to gauge the movement, try to gauge the massive candles. As you can see this one here, the massive candles. This massive candle was as a result of the NFP, the non-farm payroll, which is also a key news release that we normally have. So you could have a candle as big as this, if not even bigger. I've seen candles, massive candles that could destroy a trader's account. Please, this is not the time to contribute your money to another person's, account, right? Even though I would like to make money as well, but it's also for me to tell you how you need to protect your account. And let's make money from those that are not willing to listen. Simple. So this is gold over here. Let's quickly, time permitted, I'll just flip through the Bitcoin because I'm sure traders are also looking forward to the Bitcoin. Bitcoin too, we're able to get a counter trend trade over here to buy. I was hoping, or I'm still hoping, because I got my entry somewhere around here. So, nope, sorry, I got my entry somewhere around here. So I'm presently at break even as well for my Bitcoin. I'm hoping it pushes higher to this point or even higher for me to have more take profit. So this could easily be TP1, TP2, or TP3. But then I'm also aware that the trade I took is a counter trend trade because the trend over here is to the downside. So I'm fighting this trend. So if it goes back down, this would be the area of support. If it goes back down, no problem, take out my stop loss. I will look for what? I'll look for possible buy scenario here or a breakout, pullback and sell scenario here as well. So always don't forget, like a chess player, always look at the next move even before they happen. So when it happens, you're not surprised. But as I'm telling you that we will probably have massive candles like this sizes over here, massive candles based on the CPI, the FOMC that we have coming out today. So that should not surprise you. Now, with that said, I want to round off so that you can have time to watch this video, pause, rewind, and so on, and then digest the information and try to take advantage of it. So I want to say thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, use the comment section, drop your questions, drop your feedback, drop your own analysis or whatever the case might be. You are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and of course, give the video a thumbs up and share it. So I want to say thank you guys. Please, please, and please, I don't want you to reach out tomorrow or later today and say, Tolu, I just blew my account. I just crashed my account because I'm giving you the warning now on the high impact news coming out. And that's why I'm saying, guys, check the calendar. You could refresh it, change it based on your own time zone, right? You could go over here to the time, click on the time and change your own time zone over here and so on, so that you know when exactly it's coming out based on where you are, right? So with that said, I want to say thank you guys, as it's indeed been a good one. Please trade safely, ensure to use stop loss for your trading, and calculate your risk management appropriately based on your account balance. Okay, thank you guys, and goodbye for now. Cheers.